OpenClaw setup made simply for non-technical people. Automation tools can feel complicated, but OpenClaw is designed to be beginner-friendly. You don't need coding skills, APIs, or technical knowledge to get started. On a hosting or VPS, OpenClaw runs in a clean interface where everything is organized. In this tutorial, we'll walk step by step through setting up OpenClaw, exploring the dashboard, and understanding how to use your assistant effectively, all without writing a single line of code. Right now, I have it up here, OpenClaw.ai on my browser, and here I can go over what OpenClaw is for. It clears your inbox, you can send emails, it manages your calendar, checks you in for flights, and all of that. And then you can also go down and look at some other people, how their experience has been with OpenClaw. And then when you go down, you can also go over what it does and then all the other apps that it works with. It works with WhatsApp, Obsidian, Discord, Slack, browser, Twitter, iMessage, all of these plus 50 integrations. So this is just an area where you can go over what OpenClaw is all about and how other people's experience has been with it. So now we're going to go over to Hostinger and we are going to get OpenClaw onto our system. So simply go over to your web browser, type in Hostinger, and then go to Hostinger. And then that brings you over to the Hostinger homepage. Now, the method I'm going to show you is basically just the easiest method, easiest way to get OpenClaw installed. What you have over here is with Hostinger VPS, you can get OpenClaw built in. So OpenClaw will already be pre-installed onto your Hostinger VPS. Now, how you're going to get that is you're going to come over to Hostinger here, and then when you go up to the very top here, right at the center, it says one-click OpenClaw. Now, I have seen a lot of other ways in which people are installing OpenClaw, and you have to upload links and then go through the different API keys and buy and set up VPS and all of that technical stuff that you have to do. So it could be confusing and it can be a longer process. But this process over here is very simple and straightforward, and it is not technical at all. And you can follow along. So what you're going to do is you're going to go up here to the one-click OpenClaw option, click on that. And then you will be given this deal here where you can see that you can deploy OpenClaw in seconds. So this is a 67% off deal here, which you can get for $4.99. So it is a one-click setup, and then you have some more details on that. The data will be private and you will have sovereignty over all of your data. So you don't have to worry about any privacy concerns. You will be in absolute control of your data and it will be absolutely secure. So in order to deploy OpenClaw in seconds, just get this plan. And then after the whole payment process, you will be taken over to this place. So here you are on Hostinger, and then this is your space. So what you're going to do is you are going to go over here to the sidebar, and from here you're going to go all the way down to a VPS. So click on VPS, and then you're on VPS. Here, what you're going to do is you're going to go down here to the bottom right on the manage button over here. So click on manage, and then this will take you over here to the overview. You want to go to the sidebar again, go down to Docker Manager under overview. When you click on Docker Manager, this drop down opens up. You have several options here. You want to choose the first one called projects. So go to the projects, and then from here you have the Docker projects. So under Docker projects, you're going to have OpenClaw, and bingo, this is where our OpenClaw is already ready for us, pre-installed on Hostinger VPS. And what we need to do next is go over to the gateway token, click on that, it will be copied. And once that gets copied, you want to click on open, and that is going to open OpenClaw. Click there, and here you go. You have Hostinger, and here you have OpenClaw. Welcome to OpenClaw. In this area, you want to paste in your token. So paste it here, and then click on log in. And then that will take you to OpenClaw. And we are in. So here we have OpenClaw opened up and ready to use. Now, for me, this is not my first time in here on OpenClaw, and I do have previous chats and previous conversations that I have been having with OpenClaw here. So For you, if you are entering OpenClaw for the first time, you will have your first interaction with your bot here. And for that interaction, you can just type in a message. So this is basically the chat area that you have. If you look to the left, you see these four divisions. So you have chat, control, agent, and settings. And then these have further details. And up here, we are on chat right now. In the center, we have our chat area where mostly you'll be spending most of your time. As for the whole area, you can see that it is very neat, really nicely organized. There isn't any distraction, and it's very simple, straightforward, and easy to navigate around. And most of the things are just self explanatory, nothing too complicated. So, usually, what your first conversation would be with your bot is that you might just type them in a message. You might say hi, and then this is the area where you're going to type in whatever your message is, what your command or your prompt is. So, let me erase that, and then this is where your message goes, and then press enter to send, and then shift for line breaks, and then paste images. So, here you're going to type in whatever message it is you want to send in, and then over here, you're going to click this send button to the right, and then your message will get sent in. And then if you want to start a new session, you're going to click here for new session. So your first message that you have, you might say hi and then press enter, and then your message gets sent in. And this is the response that came out. So I said hi, and then the bot is saying, hey, I just came online. Who am I? Who are you? So you're going to answer that. This is where you're going to start learning about the bot, and the bot is going to start learning about you. So it's going to have its own personality, and that is kind of what's different with OpenClaw and other AI assistants. It is that OpenClaw is going to have its own personality, whatever kind of personality that you want it to have. And then when it learns about you, it is going to keep that in its memory, and it retains the memory. It has a really good and persistent memory. And like with other AI assistants, where you have to keep giving it the context again, or whenever you have a conversation with it, you have to start new. With OpenClaw, you don't have to do that. It is always going to keep in mind all of the context. All the answers it gives you is going to be based on some kind of pretense. It is going to know exactly what kind of solutions that you need, and then its answers and its help and its recommendations are going to be specific for you and not just some generic information that you're getting. So let's go ahead and answer the questions. And this is going to set up the whole theme, or, the kind of interaction that you're going to have with your bot. So let's say hi, and then let's tell it who it is. You are a helpful bot, and then who are you? You could put in your name or any other details that you want to include. I am Emma, and I create content on AI. So that is the answer that I want for it to go in. I've typed in the answer. Let's press send. And then this is the response. So it says, nice to meet you, Emma. I got it. You're into AI content creation, and I am your helpful bot. Would you like to give me a name or keep it as bot for now? And is there a particular style or vibe you want in how I interact with you? And then it's also giving me suggestions. So casual, direct, snarky, formal, etc. And then this is my answer. So I've said, yes, I would like to name you Mr. Krabs. Casual style is good, but not too casual. Is there anything you would like to know? And then send in your answer. And then this is the response. It says, all right, Mr. Krabs, it is casual but not too laid back. Message received. A few quick things to tune myself. Now, this is important. So, there are some things that it would like to know so it can tune itself, and then try and be specific with the answers, or try to answer them as best as you can. So, 4 questions. The first is there a particular way you like to be addressed? Anything you don't want from your assistant? Any top priorities or upcoming projects I should keep in mind? How do you prefer to get reminders or notifications? And if there's anything else you want to teach me about your work or style, feel free to tell me. I'll set myself up accordingly. So this is also a really important time and a good step in setting up OpenClaw because communication between you and your bot, your assistant, is very, very important because it is you two who are going to get everything done. So I've typed in my answer. I've answered every question like the way that it's numbered here. Now, the last question is important where it's asked me, how do you prefer to get reminders or notifications? And then in this chat only, or on WhatsApp and Telegram as well, or just as needed. So there is mention of WhatsApp and Telegram, and these are the channels that you can connect with OpenClaw. So we're kind of heading in the connecting our apps direction. And then here I have also suggested that I would like to get my reminders on WhatsApp. So let's see how we're going to move forward with that. And this is also a step in starting to set up your place. So let's send in the message. So this is the answer, and then all these answers that it's responded to. And the last one is for reminders and notifications, use WhatsApp. I'll set myself up as Mr. Krabs, helpful AI bot, casual but polished. If you think of more preferences or boundaries, just tell me anytime. Next step. So it's giving me a next step that what we're going to do, to move forward. So do you want to connect WhatsApp for reminders now or later? And is there anything you want me to help with today? So are we going to connect WhatsApp now or later? It's giving me the choice. So I've typed in the answer as let's connect now. And I don't actually want to connect right now, but I'm typing this in so we can see how it moves forward. So let's send in the answer. Okay, so here is the answer. It says, great, let's set up WhatsApp integration. To connect, I'll need you to scan a QR code with your WhatsApp app. And here's what to do. So it'll display a QR code for you. And then on your phone, open WhatsApp, tap three dots, go to link devices, link device, scan the QR code. Would you like me to show the QR code here, or do you want to set up instructions sent another way? If here, just confirm and I'll begin. So these are the instructions on how to connect my WhatsApp. And then OpenClaw is going to set itself up. And like I said here, it's going to add itself as a contact on my WhatsApp. And then I'll basically be giving it access to my WhatsApp. So this is how you're going to connect your apps to OpenClaw. And then once it connects WhatsApp, it can send me notifications there, and I can even send it commands. So that is basically it. Just, we've gone over one app, how that can be connected, and then your other apps can be connected as well. And then if you go to channels, you can see all the other apps that you can connect over here. So you have WhatsApp, you have Telegram, you can also connect to Discord and all those other apps that we did go over before too. So that's basically it. That is how you can set up OpenClaw, get OpenClaw through Hostinger, VPS, and then come over here on OpenClaw and get started on conversations with your bot and really settle in. And once you understand the logic of interacting with your assistant, you're ready to start using OpenClaw to automate tasks effectively.